What is up and welcome to Mamps on the Map and to my top 10 list of the must-dos when visiting Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi is the capital of the United Arab Emirates, and I feel like it doesn't get the respect it deserves due to being in the shadow of its glamorous cousin, Dubai. Now this list is hopefully going to show why Abu Dhabi is fully underrated and is a place full of culture, fun, food and deserves to have respect put on its name.
I just come to let y'all know, put some respect on my name.
So this list isn't going to be in any particular order, and you can easily do everything on this list in 1 week. So if you're also looking for a travel itinerary, you've hit the jackpot, as I'll also be grouping the things to do according to how close they are to each other, to give you a rough idea of the kind of things you're going to want to do together. And of course, there's going to be a few travel tips along the way, so you can make the most out of your trip. Now before we get on with the list, I've got a few honourable mentions, the first being the Louvre.
The Louvre? Is that how you say it?
The Louvre.
So this is the only clip I've got of the French-inspired art gallery, but then the camera started to focus on this goddamn free Wi-Fi sticker. I don't want your free Wi-Fi, I want Louvre shots. Just all-round top-notch cinematography. I'll be honest, art isn't really my thing, so I didn't visit, but I was fully satisfied seeing it from a distance, with the spectacle being the dome, made up of nearly 8,000 star-shaped aluminium pieces, which creates this kind of rain of light effect on the inside. The other honourable mention is having a resort day by chilling at the pool and soaking in the Middle Eastern rays, and the reason why it didn't make the cut is because every hotel's different and not everybody stays at a hotel. I stayed at the Conrad Abu Dhabi Etihad Towers Hotel, which was amazing, and I've made a few videos on it, including a tour of the entire hotel, a room tour, as well as a video on the insane breakfast buffet, so click the pop-up link or check out the description if you want to see a true 5-star Abu Dhabi experience. So let's start the list off with a place of sheer beauty. At number 10, we've got the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. Opening its doors to all in 2007, this is one of the largest mosques in the world and is a place of peace and elegance. The camera doesn't do the size of the Grand Mosque justice, and it's absolutely huge, housing one of the world's largest chandeliers made of Swarovski crystals, and get this, weighing in at more than 12 tons. To complement the world's largest chandelier, the main prayer hall contains the world's largest hand-knitted carpet. You heard me, handcrafted by around 1,200 artisans, taking 2 years to create. The Grand Mosque is free to enter and there's a strict dress code.
So right there is the Grand Mosque, which is actually amazing. We've just been. There are some strict rules with dress code and things like that, which is understandable, so just research that before you go. But for men, it's basically you can wear a t-shirt as long as you don't have tattoos, and long trousers, and then shoes.
For women, you're going to need to cover your head, arms and legs, so I'd suggest bringing a scarf of some sort, which a female member of staff will help you tie in a private area. Visiting the Grand Mosque takes a few hours, which gives you plenty of time to get back to the hotel to get picked up for activity number 9 on the list, the Abu Dhabi Desert Safari. This is an evening jam-packed full of thrills, food, dancing and camels, lots of camels, and I highly recommend trying to fit this into your itinerary if you haven't done it before. If you visited Dubai and done the desert safari there, it's basically the same thing. I'll put the link to the ticket I purchased in the description, but for 300 dirhams a person, which is equivalent to about $80 or £65, you get so much bang for your buck. The evening starts off getting picked up from your hotel in an off-roading 4x4 as you make your way into the scorching desert. Before reaching the desert, you'll hit up a camel farm where you get to feed some camels, and if you're brave enough, pet one without getting eaten. After this, it's sand dune time as the driver puts his foot to the floor, sending the group up and down through some seriously high sand dunes drifting throughout the Abu Dhabi desert. Dude, you'll also get to do some sand surfing as you hit up some gnarly dunes. Sorry about that, I don't know what happened. The dune surfing was low-key scary and Dune Bossman sent your boy backwards. Why? I got no idea, but when Dune Bossman tells you to do something, you can't do it. After taking in the mad views, it was time to hit up base camp, where there's loads more fun, including a camel ride, which was probably more bumpy than the sand dunes. After all that adrenaline, you're gonna be feeling peckish, so it's time for a Middle Eastern barbecue buffet, which was miles better than I ever thought it'd be, with plenty of choice and options for vegetarians too. Check out my Abu Dhabi food tour if you want to see the barbecue buffet in more detail using the pop-up link or the description below. As you chow down on grilled barbecue goodness, there's some authentic Arabic entertainment with belly dancing and a traditional dance show. All in all, a wicked experience, and for £65, well worth the price. The barbecue buffet's got me low-key salivating, so I'm dedicating spot number 8 to the restaurants and getting your munch on. So Abu Dhabi's food scene is pretty poppin' with something for everyone, from fine dining to fast food. Trust me, you'll be covered. As I mentioned earlier, I've got an Abu Dhabi food tour video, but some places that stood out to me were Le Beirut for authentic Lebanese food, and the Cheesecake Factory because we don't have it in the UK, and it was my first time trying the god tier establishment, and geez, it was life changing. Now for spots 7, 6 and 5, I'm going to group these together because you can do all of them in one day and they're really close to each other, like literally a 5 to 10 minute drive between all 3 places. Now Abu Dhabi is a vast place and you can't really walk from one place to another, but to my surprise, taxis are very affordable in Abu Dhabi. Like, they're cheap, so it won't break the bank getting from A to B. So for spot number 7, we're gonna hit up Emirates Palace. Ooh, fancy. It best be fancy for a build cost of $3 billion. You heard me, $3 billion. But to enter it, it's not gonna cost you a thing, as it's free for visitors to explore, on one condition: you must abide by the dress code, which is basically covering knees and shoulders, which I learnt the hard way as I rocked up with my legs out, shorts in full force, to be told no entry, so I had to head back to the hotel for a quick outfit change and we were good to go. The palace is smothered in marble, imported from 13 different countries and dripping in gold, from the signs and walls to the food and drink. That's right, you can get a 23 karat gold camel burger. I told you, this video's got bare camels, as well as the palace's signature gold cappuccino, topped with edible gold. Does it get more baller than that? There was also this cool UAE Football League exhibition when I visited. At number 6, we've got the observation deck at 300, which is a viewpoint on the 74th floor of one of the Etihad Towers, with stunning panoramic views of Abu Dhabi from 300 meters above the ground, hence the name. Pricing wise, it's 95 dirhams a person, which is equivalent to £21 or $26, and this price includes 55 dirhams in credit to spend on any food or drink, which is a pretty decent deal. Top tip though, for those staying at the Conrad Hotel, it's free entry, so definitely check out the observation deck if you're staying there. I'd suggest coming here as the sun is setting so you can enjoy the day and night vibes. From the observation deck at 300, you'll be able to actually see number 5 on the list, which is Qasr Al Watan, the presidential palace of the UAE. It was built in 2015 as a cultural landmark to showcase the history and culture of the UAE, and initially was only for government business, but it was open to the public in 2019.
So behind me is Qasr Al Watan, and it's an amazing, beautiful place. What it is, think of it as like the White House of the UAE. So it's basically where the president, the vice president and the crown prince's offices are, and they have meetings and summits here. But just look at it, it's amazing. It's absolutely massive. A really big place, a place of beauty.
The palace's Great Hall was just out of this world.
You can probably see how big this place is. Actually, massive. This place is insane. Like, the camera doesn't do it justice how big this place actually is. And it's so beautiful. It's crazy.
Now tickets are going to cost you about 65 dirhams a person, but that also includes the Palace in Motion light show, which begins at 7:15 in the evening. So for spots 4 down to 1, again I'm going to group them because they're all on Yas Island, but this part of the list is for any thrill seekers out there, because Yas Island is where Abu Dhabi's theme parks are. Before we come on to these, at number 4 we've got Yas Mall. Now there are plenty of shopping malls sprinkled throughout Abu Dhabi, including the Marina Mall near Etihad Towers and the World Trade Center Mall with its unique wooden style architecture. Now Yas Mall is Yas Island's mall, and it is huge and jam-packed full of shops and restaurants. I'd recommend hitting up Yas Mall after visiting one of the island's parks for some food and a bit of shopping. Now Abu Dhabi is bare hot, so why not cool down at Yas Waterworld number 3 on my list. This water park is so much fun, and with more than 40 rides, it's got something for everyone. One of the best was the world's largest 6-person tornado water coaster. Now you're probably thinking, Mams, what even is that? Well, for this ride, you and 5 others sit in this giant inflatable ring as you twist and turn down the slide before flying into a giant funnel. It's seriously fun. I did it several times, more times than you probably need to, but it was just bare fun, man. Next up at number 2, we've got the world's largest indoor theme park, Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi. This park is like Warner Brothers Disneyland, and the theming was on point, with rides and areas dedicated to several Warner Brothers properties, including Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, the Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, and the DC Universe, which included the eerie Gotham City and Superman's Metropolis, making me feel like I was in a comic book. Something that I'm gutted I missed, as it's coming soon, is a Harry Potter land. I love Harry Potter. I just wish it had opened when I was there. I just know it's gonna be magical. If you want to know more about Warner Brothers World, then check out my guide using the pop-up link or clicking the Okay, let's try that again. These voiceovers aren't easy, man. If you want to know more about Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi, then check out my guide using the pop-up link or clicking the link in the description. And that brings us nicely to number 1. I'd say one of the attractions that Abu Dhabi is most famous for, because it has the world's fastest roller coaster. At number 1, we've got Ferrari World Abu Dhabi. Now all the rides here are actually next level compared to anything I've ever been on, but the world's fastest roller coaster, Formula Rossa, now that, oh geez, that is fully on another level. A stomach churning, heart pumping, oh lordy lord kind of level. I've never experienced anything like it. 0 to 150 miles per hour, 4.9 seconds, G-forces of 4.8 G and heights of 52 meters. It's just ridiculous. And to add to the fear factor, you have to wear goggles to protect your eyes and a balaclava if you've got any kind of head covering. If you're in Abu Dhabi, you have to do this. It's an incredible thrill. To see what else there is to do besides roller coasters, check out my guide, as there's for sure enough at Ferrari World for anybody to have a great time. And that concludes my top 10 must-dos when visiting Abu Dhabi. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, feel free to drop a like. If you've got any questions or want to share your experiences, leave a comment down below or DM me on Instagram. I can't believe that we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so support the channel by hitting that subscribe button. As always, it's been a pleasure. Till next time, peace!